Oh, me. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Precious Erwanawo. I'm the PRO of Nigeria Women of Integrity. I'm also the coordinator of media and performance in the Netherlands. Thank you. So my name is Angie. I'm looking for your content.
I told you the women are coming. You were right. Yeah. I was about to challenge how to take the of the union of the Would have been this time. medical. What the former doctor claimed is the doctor from the unit. They are very active in Amsterdam, and those in Amsterdam feel this Caribbean. They always come to Caribbean on Tuesday and Thursday. In Rotterdam, people wrote for undocumented. That is Tuesday and Thursday. For legal issue, for theater, and for medical issues. In the heart, you have the road house. The road house does the same, but the doctor from the Euro comes to the road house in the heart and also sometimes stands in the market in the heart. So if you have undocumented and someone has said that has this problem, if you don't want to go there, um, the market in the heart, the first entry, they have their key of death. If you don't want to go to the Euro house, yeah, that's the Euro. You just know the Euro. Yeah, the house. Yeah. These updates take care of undocumented for housing, for legal issue, and for medical. Yeah. And yeah, let's take the direction. I want to say what all the time. I have to step out of what we do. The focus is to do I want to go to church and do it because when we're making a business, we just need more so I want to know, is it like open to church like UNC and to go there? So the lesson is to go to these two ladies there, those medical and the medical legal assistance. The people involved need to know what they want to do. Even when they are disappointed there and you have to they don't want to go because they think from there they're going to have to document and they will be people that they are there. And doctor because my second question is to start the sector and your specific house. Just have to be with the one hospital. I want to know what effort of the you are collaborating for organization in areas like England, people, England, and in the Ghana, on the other cities like in the New Orleans, people. No problem. I want to know The other mentioned they have children. One was that going to also those ones, like I said, I had a last year. I mean, last year, last year, we want to get not approaching them. We take twice, but because of that, we want I think just that the family
to the central country and the center.
so we are back to the help them go to the now we have to then have to go to the lab. And the go after the other side. We have to do
So that's okay. You want to
second question. This time we do like the house. This time we get 8 people. Our best sometimes we just get now that we have very very I want to recognize our three brothers. Without taking much exercise, I would want to call our building to say like you have thinking, how can I explain what I do? Like it was your work as a professional and a career, it's just your leader. So let's explain what it is because we don't know what is our work. And how to do that business and all of those things. Very simple. Very simple. But I want to do something now as person. Doesn't matter if I like it and then that I want this thing to happen. So let's see. Let's see now. What I do. I like my job. So it's not magic. So what happens? I put it in the water. Something happens to it. Fast. So the water makes it going. And so what happens in our life? That happens when the experiment of you and the first year, second year. And then when the fourth year, the fifth year, and you start to see the very because some year, something can happen that helps you to started. So that's life to you, normal. So you need something. As a spiritual theory, this is our work. In our field, we can bring up in our field, we have all of you know the psychiatrists, we are the medical in mental health, we are the medical people in mental health. And you know, therefore, they do medicine. And you know, the psychology, they do the diagnosis, they don't do medicine, but they do the diagnosis, the mental health. And so the psychiatrists are number first, and the psychologists are number two, and we are number one. So we are the teachers here with us. We don't do diagnosis of medical, but we do diagnosis components of medicine diagnosis. And then from here, we look into the spiritual issues. We are taking our second, I was a pastor that did this work. So the difference between a pastor and a teacher is when it comes to my pastoral work, it's about God. So when we come for the other professional teachers, we go to teach the Christians, they are taking and that's the point we should kind of that why is it why and those questions come when you are studying with this because anything that makes you ask yourself question why is our work. If you have a dream that of course that the first one is okay, the second one, the third one is that the result is okay. So our work is so we are taught by the government and the basic is that people beyond one and the little bit that the more they are on the little bit, the more they are problem comes together. That's what brought me yeah. Um, for me personally, because I specialize in plastic, the reason why I specialize in this is that I feel that our faith before I was a pastor for yeah, the 2012 I saw how um, so I work on what we call cultural in our work.
you don't need to look for a big NGO or something. As long as it's a people organization, even social enterprise, depending on the business perspective. And I know, for example, the work of the social enterprise in Ontario, that they're teaching young people to make recipes for themselves, for their practices, to other types of. So if you're in a partner organization like this, where the company can execute one third of the job description, or even half, if it's a small project, so I just wanted to give you some examples because I think many of you are doing the types of projects that you're competent for. So I thought I'll just share a few examples with you. So let's go to the slide. So I'm working with this. So this recently, one of the projects in Nigeria, but I think my concept of that's good. I think that now I think the fact that I have several opportunities. So there is still and it's still a really need of electricity, so we supported them to get solar power. So right now in school they can study engineering, the young ones they are more integrated and the course one tool. So they have a budget of around 5,900 euros. So that means we can do the math. And there is an organization in the Netherlands, they can do the other half, and then do it. So that is a very simple project right now. But for the children, it's a big difference. And there's another one in Nigeria, in the Oakland school, where they renovated the ceilings, the walls, and floors of the school. Also, private schools for the children were really struggling. The walls were there, and the roof was leaking a little bit. And there was some room school where the boats and the system were just entering because of the moving there. If you can have a school like this, also this one is only 2,000 euros. So it's 2,000 euros per month, 2,000 euros in the rest of the students and the school. It's a really big difference. In Uganda, we support the bringing of the well. This is also close to the school. And they also do standardization of the teachers in the school. So why is it important to what's their own? And then drawing. So that's what we did there. So that was a bit more expensive. It was 13,000 euros. So that means that we have to contract with one third. So in this case, it's a little bit more than 4,000 euros from outside, it's almost 9,000, and the rest of it is not a community of equity in the future. There's one more that I wanted to share. One of my favorites is in the Rwanda, where we supported the project for death care. Doing death in Rwanda is really a big step. So if you're going deaf, what can you do? You cannot talk to your parents, you cannot understand your brothers and sisters, you cannot go to school, that's not easy to do. Then you have to go through because you have to put your home to take care of your children because of the so the first thing they did was around 5,700 euros. They supported 10 families by giving them work and teaching them families, children and children. And we saw that there, so they came when we were in the house, practicing with parents, all people were outside shouting, like, oh, together, what are we doing? This is terrible, right? So then we continued, and it was very successful. And the family also came down because the parents already had go there to do more income, they dared to take their children out to the village again, so they said that they want to continue. So the first project was around 5,000 effectively, the best organization has also much more confidence in what they do. Like the people who work, not easy work, and now this is show to a lot of dollars. We want to do already. We want to continue and we want to add 10 new things. So then they have around 10,000 euros to 10 new families to work at the world and they continue to sign with this game. The same thing to get more to the same thing. So then it's very successful. And now they say, well, you know, we really want to change the school. Because the school, especially for black children, you have to change it, right? So in the end, they say, okay, what we want to do, we want to continue with the family, but we also want to do it with the regular primary school we did it, and 2 families before the teacher. That's what they're doing right now. 2 years together. 2 years like that, to do that. To continue to do it. Now they see that every kid going through the road, so we didn't do another step. So they get so much money from the government and the other state. Those are using the other good because it's go. How did you do it? So for me, that's really nice to come to how you can grow from something very small to something that is more and more interesting. Yeah. And also because the rest of the story is very much, you can see it with the finger. You can feel the door of peace. This is what you're going to start. Maybe you do. So I would say maybe next to go over this. Yeah, that's fine. Because, yeah, because that is stable then. But the same point goes for the other things. Yeah, you need to have a legal entity. And the same thing to school, even a football club. So they don't see, they don't go to the road to the club. So the very thing is, yeah, that's of course. Yeah, then everybody, if you have these questions, that you also get. Yeah, so it's not so nice to do. Yeah, the question I want to ask, I want to ask you, you know, for business and really that the business function, then the organization here, and the organization in Africa here. So if the organization in Africa does not have any form, how do we do it? And yeah, it depends. So what we do know, say for example, the salary is people. Okay, these are thought because we know one children is from 20 members to go to school. Because someone will go to school. It is not the case that they also have to go to the country. So
about repairing of the building of the school. So the school don't need to have money, but if the organization here have money, then it can work with the Indian council. Yeah, that's it. And we always encourage the local organization to see what they can do. That if they are not labor, oh yeah, labor, yeah. This kind of thing, almost every community is going to do. Even one, yeah, I know projects in the rural Ethiopia, where the rural community is going to be 100,000 euros. I'm not telling you the difficult thing to do in Nigeria, but I find it difficult to believe that if there is going to be 100,000, your communities cannot continue fighting it. That's a question you. I'm not telling you, okay, this project is 6,000, so you are then going to do two, and then you and I do also this 6,000. That's not how we do it. But for any cost, there is a necessary rent and investment. Electricity is useful. We do not know the term because we do not want them to depend on us for their holiday. But if you are too long, your future application that is going to do that. So it's best for you to do especially. So for the additional project, that's why you need support. You're training the teachers to become better teachers. You know, to get to somebody doing it, I think they're still doing it. But if they do the quality that you want. I see most beautiful computer lessons in Nigeria. I don't know how to do it, so we cannot do it. So if we provide computers, if the teachers don't know how to do it, train teachers. I look in Cameroon to provide textbooks. The only thing that teachers are doing is teaching students. So why would I provide a textbook? Because teach the teachers how to use it. But if you want to repair a classroom, do more, we are waiting for Patricia. Now that Patricia is not here, okay. Sorry, I don't.
Epa, epa.
No, no, because one degree of focus is we are registered for government purpose. So if there is need, then go to the area, I have to register it because we work on that. There is national organization such as minister in that national organization, we have to register because that area for our study to get out from the state. And maybe I can tell more why I get into that. Because I was the city pastor of Rotterdam in 2009, 2007. I was the pastor of Rotterdam. So there I met for the first time. I saw what it means for the migrant to be exposed to because we are still here, like this. And I saw how this single mother takes care of their children, single mother. People understand how difficult it is. And because of that, they didn't have work to work 40 hours a week, and they have good salaries and have good pension. So their children, the racism and all the things you understand that goes in this society, things happen to them, so they couldn't make it. So now this mother of 70 something is taking care of her own children of 40, 50 years old, taking care of her grandchildren, and they were coming to me for help. Some get into business to South America and got into problems, and she has to take care of their children here alone,
and we have to help them get lawyer there, release their daughter to come and take care of the children. So when I look at all those things, I say, if this is a cause, God, this is not good. So I start thinking about me and we for later. And I see it's coming. So how are we going to be old here? Are you going to be able to travel back to your village, your family there to visit them? Do you have enough savings? Do you have pensions? How is your life going to be at that time? So that is why I said, okay, let me stop my work and see what I can do for this community. That's how so I'm working on my own business. I'm not employed by any institution. So in 2013, as a city pastor of Amsterdam, I saw how things are going in Burma. Then I resigned from working for Catholic Church. My brother first is here. That's my story. So, and today I've seen how the food, even just the food alone, because the food alone, we eat our fufu here. We think we are eating the fufu in the village with our egusi soup and obono soup. But what we are eating is chemical, grease milk, processed in the companies. It's not the fresh cassava. It's not the fresh and those things are changing our body, our organs, our systems. And you see a lot of hypertension, diabetes, all those health problems. Our lifestyle is completely disorganized here. There, the heat can help us, but here, you have to go to the gym to sweat. You know, it's not helping us. And you eat, you sit down, any movement you make is either with car, public transport, you don't walk, you don't sweat. So the body you build up there is not the body you have here. And those things have really effect when you start getting a little old. So if you don't start in time to work on your health, you will lose it earlier than you can imagine. And so that's what I want to add. So the spiritual things, if not treated, it affects the physical one. That's a little addition.
I have a question for the Eindhoven group. They ask questions about how they can get involved, because most things we do is really in Rotterdam, The Hague, and Amsterdam. And the training, like, you were in your training for 2 years?
Yeah, this is the third year.
Yeah, for 2 years. Then we did another one for 3 months.
Yeah.
So how can we get the Eindhoven organization trained, involved?
Yeah.
Because they are a very serious group, and we really want to see how we can bring them on board. So the question now is for you, and please, they are here. Have I asked the question well?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for the question. Thanks for your interest. And well, when I discovered this, I decided to intervene. But during the intervention, I saw that intervention is not helping, is not giving a lasting help. So I decided to start training. And the training is 3 years. We planned it so that you will have enough time to understand it and also to work, at least a little like me. We need hundreds of people in this area. So Madam is one of those who have followed the training for 2 years now. I think in total there are 20 people within Rotterdam alone. So the idea is they will give education on this area in the whole country. My idea is that we work through organizations, like we are leaders of organizations. You understand what is going on in your organization. A lot of Nigerian organizations are, to be frank to me, they are toxic. There are a lot of things going on there that is not heard. Even the words people speak, how people interact with each other. But the organization is extremely important. We need to organize ourselves. But we need a little change in the way we deal with each other in organization. So that is why we give the mental health training for people to understand when their mind is no more working well. Then they have to understand it and seek help than to damage others in the community. So that is the first step we are doing, because I've been in a lot of organizations. I said I'm here for 31 years, so I'm not somebody who is locked up somewhere. Amsterdam is where I started, and that's where I stay. So we send the people to organizations like yours, and then you organize yourself if you're interested. We need people from your organization that will receive the training and then give back to your community. Until we have people who will give the real counseling, everybody can do it. You don't need the diploma of the university. Everybody can do it. You only need to understand it. In our village, we don't have a university diploma people who are giving spiritual care. You know what I mean by spiritual care. So those are the wise people who can guide you with wisdom of life. But some of them you can learn it, because all the things we are talking about is what you have experienced in life. It's not outside you. So when you can, through this organization, we can contact and organize for your organization.
I think the question Madam President asked is how you can extend that to what you are explaining now, what you do, and about the mental health issue. We want to hear, like, it's possible to do that through a video, a conference, or something like that. That is, I think that is the question you have.
Yeah, through
that is what,
online.
We want to do also.
Yeah.
Is it possible to do that online?
Online is possible, physical is possible.
Okay, then we can arrange that with Mother First.
Yes. Also, online counseling individual is possible. Yeah. I think you have it too. Must be possible.
Sorry, sorry, what's your name again, sir? Simon. Yes. The same applies to you, because we want a healthy organization, and thank God, you people are coming on board now to help. Do you also offer training?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yes, like I said, we do that right now with the University of the Nation.
Okay. We
offer training, cross-cultural studies, we do that. And of course, we also teach other biblical studies like exegesis and some other theological studies too. So we do training mainly also on emotional health. Yeah, area on psychotherapy. We also do.
So thank you. Sit down. The next question, we are a grassroots organization, and whatever we want to do, we first of all look at the financial responsibility for this thing, because we don't have money to fund any project. rather our project comes through subsidy. So if really we want to train the head of this organization or those who are interested, would you be able to help in the area of the subsidy first?
Do you mean like giving subsidies or to make the cost very minimal?
No, we don't. Every training we ask for is always free.
Okay.
So the trainer with the executive map out how they can get the subsidy, especially for the trainer, for the trainee, and how they can do activity with it.
Absolutely.
So those are the area we look at. So
that's possible.
at least Pastor Godian is my director. We'll be working together, and I know for that subsidy, I don't need to ask him again. It's only for us to write. Then with that, you are new to me. That's why I asked it now. So I think we all can put our heads together.
That's your question.
Yeah, I'm asking of subsidy first so that we know where we are. Sorry. So that when the time comes, if they bring bill, I put it in your hand. So we need to know if the training will be free. Yeah, that is right.
That's good.
Yeah. So for them now, we are putting it a question mark as maybe free for us. So and after what we want to do, like the presentation, the end, this thing, I work with him, he knows how we do it. Then we will now also ask for some funds to do that. So we all will have a meeting and see how we arrive at those things. Thank you. We are so happy to have the both of you here. So
Thank you. Grab a clap and beg.
Take his question and we'll come to you.
Yeah.
My own is not a question, a kind of appeal or a clarification, because I see this as very important for us. And this is only for, in a way, the executives of the club, the union of organization associations. And most of the members may not be able to get it very well, and I think it's also better for us or for this organization, individual organization, to also hear from the horse's mouth. Then I ask, if an organization or association or union wants to invite them to their own meeting, are they available?
Of course, sure. And that is what one-on-one at the end we do, to link up with them and then, sharpen them.
So that they can explain all these things, because now if I want to explain, I will explain from my own point of view how I know what I happen. But if they are there and explain it, people will hear it themselves. So I think you can get your contact so that anytime we have our individual association meetings, we can invite, they come and then.
No, it's a good one. And when we bring these experts on platforms like this, we expect the committee leaders to link up with them, get their contacts so that when there are issues to just. The only thing we ask of the association is that let us know what you're doing so that if there are areas you should augment, we'll come and do. Okay? Yes. So please, feel free to reach out to them and then discuss the peculiarities of your associations and get their contact. Like you should get that up with the answer before you leave. Yes, thank you. Your question?
I think my question is not really different from what you have just said. But because I really wanted to ask if it is possible, apart from the training aspect of it, if it is possible to organize a sort of possible symposium, just to talk together, because like I told you, I'm a head of an organization. I can as well invite you, plan a date, invite you to come and have a talk to us, especially in your area of specialty. You understand? I don't know if it is possible apart from the area of training. That was really my question.
It's possible.
And if it is possible, please, I think it's better we get the contact. It's
Yeah, thank you. It's possible, and that is what also Madam Festa and other people who have received the training is what they are doing. They go to communities who invite them, give them some minutes in their meeting, so they can use that opportunity. You don't have to organize something separate. You often have monthly meeting or 2 monthly meetings and things like that. We just map time for us to talk about this. So it's possible. And about the symposium, I organize the symposium myself nationally.
No, I just use that as an example.
Yeah, no, I understand, but this is what I also do nationally for healthcare professionals about our culture and why they should understand us. That when we say this is important, let me just give an example. That I go to my doctor and I tell my doctor I have a headache and I'm not feeling well because I didn't go for the burial of my grandfather. So my doctor don't know where to send me for them because this is very strange talk. You know, so it happens a lot, and that's why a lot of migrants are not treated. They are rejected by the healthcare. So these are what I'm telling the healthcare professionals, that when somebody talks like this, please don't send them away and say they are crazy, or you put them in psychiatric hospital, start giving them injection. That's what happens. It's the reality. So now they are learning to be looking for people like us to send the person so we can help the person get the right treatment. That is why this is important.
And to add to what you have just said, we have a retreat coming up, and in this retreat we help people in this area of mental challenges and how they can go about it. There are some cases that people might not be able to handle, so we also give them tools on referrals where they can send these people to. It is true that this is really alarming. Even sometimes the police will invite us to help people who are going through this process because they really don't know what to do with them. We have 2 ladies we're working with right now because the police send them to us because they didn't really know what to do with them. So we have to apply different cognitive therapy, rather through spiritual health process to help the police in finding a solution. So to answer your question directly, we're going to be having a retreat here in Geneva, somewhere in Almeria, and then some of these topics will be discussed. I hope in the course of the future we'll be able to share that with the leadership of USDP, and some of us who are interested can come to the retreat. And a lot of this information will be passed on to them. Not only particularly to them, but also for their children also, and their relatives.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My President, let me take from the lady. Okay. Then I'll come to your question, please. I'm not giving you. If you could just, will not answer it, but just put it up so you take it.
It's the return of the passport, the Nigerian passport.
Okay.
We've been on it for more than 2 years now. And it has cost us a lot of money. I went to Nigeria because of it last year.
Have you contacted the embassy?
Yeah, when the END went to my daughter, I contacted the embassy. And they told me what to do. I should get a letter from my local government, send it to the High Court, legalize it. We've done all that. Now the paper is in Abuja, Minister of the Minister of the Interior. Yeah, I will be asked to pay 700,000 for signature. So we've been on this. This is their letter for 2018. We've been on it. Yeah, we've been on it for about 3 years.
Let me take of course, we'll discuss and then we can arrange to meet with the city immigration officer Is Madam done? Yeah, she's done. Okay. Please, I want to go back a little bit to your my dear brother, Godian and Simon. Thank you for the information you have, both of you have provided. Because I know that today, the word of today is talking about mental health and things like that. It's a package of a lot of things inside. But like the individual group requested, visiting their organization to introduce yourselves and what you do. I think that's a starting point for cooperation, kind of. But my question is, because I represent the oldest association in Holland, and we, like she knows and you know, Mr. Chairman, we do projects. My question is, because you are bringing you're bringing it home to us. On the reverse, if we write a project, request subsidy on our own from wherever we know where to go, and ask you to come and speak, to make a presentation, like she knows, after which we have a workshop. How would that work? Does it make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's
and I will suggest to the leaders of this organization, if you can really organize, it's mentioned their seminars, symposium. We can call it our mental health or spiritual health.
We can put tests together, give it a name, you know.
Mental strength health.
And have a whole day. We look into our culture, cultural area, all the things that
sorry to cut you short. There is an organization here big for cultural participation. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of things are listed there, even to making dress, even to dancing. So, with what you said, and what someone said about our children being, I don't know, kind of confused. Identity challenges. Who am I? So, it's part of what the cultural participation organization does here. From language to whatever, to make you not lose who you are. You can have the identity, you can be Dutch citizen 2 million times. That's okay, no problem. But you come from somewhere. So that's integration, to avoid double personalities. Is a challenge for most of our children. And that is why when we do things like First News and German News, we invite them to come and listen to us. Like I was mentioning to this group here before we came here, the book of Leon. He said, we are migrant parents who have no wings, still teach their children how to fly. As a challenge here. So, that's my little observation and contribution, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Can I say more on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Please. Advantage I find in your suggestion is that it will help the communities also develop the, what do you call it, the Dutch is coming up. The kundigheid.
The knowledge.
The knowledge of writing projects that is worthy of financing by
a lot of money. Right.
So So that is very important for organizations to learn in this society, because that's how the economy works. And like our sister of the France said, you have to bring a project with budget, and then they will say, okay, we give structural financing or non-structural financing. So all those policies is very important to learn, because there is money for anything, everything in this country, but it's stuck in the funds. So playing poverty or tasking people who don't have much, as it happens in our organizations, to be able to do something is not the future you want, and it will not help us much. So you better have to change it. Go into the paperwork that works here, and go get the money. And go get the money and use it. So that's what I think really helps in education.
I think it should work.
For me, I just want to appreciate the leadership for giving this opportunity, because this has been a burden in our hearts, because these are foundational problems. Because if you don't solve this foundational problem, whatever you build on top is caca. So I really appreciate your suggestion. They are laudable. It's no brainer that if the funds are available and the forum is there, we are always ready and available, because we are hungry to see our people understand the foundation of some of the challenges they face.
They have.
Yes, that is the end point, but the problem began maybe many years ago. And if you don't seek help, you will not be able to get to the grassroots. So I think your suggestion is very loud and clear.
Thank you all. Let's clap our hands. And then to welcome Patricia. Patricia is the director of Donadaria. It is by her benevolence we enjoy this privilege of having unfettered access, not just to the facility of Donadaria, but to even sponsorship of some of the events we've had here. Patricia, we thank you for who you are, for what you keep doing for our society and family. Thank you. And this is a very tight schedule, day for her here, and but she tapped herself to be here to speak to us. Yeah. So the floor is all yours.
Yeah, thank you. Can I do it in Dutch?
Yeah.
No.
English, Patricia. Your neighbor will translate. Hey, fijn dat ik hier weer mag zijn. Pas geleden het nieuwe jaar waren we natuurlijk ook geconfronteerd met wat verdrietig nieuws. Het overlijden van Albert. Daar ben ik ook even geweest. Maar goed, we zijn in het nieuwe jaar. En waar altijd in het leven slechte dingen gebeuren, zijn er ook gelukkig goede dingen die er gebeuren. En het leven gaat natuurlijk ook gewoon door. Het nieuwe jaar met nieuwe uitdagingen. En als je kijkt is het natuurlijk vrij rumoerig in de samenleving. Dat zei ik eigenlijk verleden jaar ook al. Hè. De tekenen waren al een beetje zichtbaar. Maar je ziet toch wel de tendens dat het wereldwijd in de omgang met elkaar, dat er toch wel frictie ontstaat en dat het soms ook leidt tot geweld waar we met z'n allen niet op staan te wachten. En daar kunnen we vanuit families heel dichtbij bij betrokken zijn, soms ook wat meer op afstand. Maar het neemt niet weg dat het op iedereen in zijn of haar leven impact heeft. En dat we daarin ook de goede stappen met elkaar moeten gaan nemen. 2023 ligt achter ons. We staan We zijn net een voordeur uitgestapt van 2024 en daar kunnen we met elkaar nog wel dingen beïnvloeden. Hoe dan ook, of dat nu klein is, of in een wat grotere gemeenschap, of nog veel groter, door bijvoorbeeld ook activistisch te zijn. Maar we kunnen daarin stappen nemen. En dat is ook nodig. Er staat een hele nieuwe generatie achter ons, waarvoor we toch, als het bijvoorbeeld gaat om mensenrechten, dat we die met elkaar beschermen. Dat we daar iedere dag gewoon voor blijven opstaan, door te zeggen van ja, maar die draait de wereld om. Iedereen moet veilig kunnen leven. Iedereen moet onderwijs kunnen genieten. Iedereen moet beroep kunnen doen op goede gezondheid. Nou, ga zo maar door. Dus dat is waar we ook voor staan. En ook voor dit jaar heeft Romedaria wellicht een aantal projecten. Waarvan ik zeg, nou dat is misschien ook wel leuk voor jullie als gemeenschap om daar samen in op te trekken. In ieder geval wat we in kunnen gaan aanbieden. Zowel ook voor de jeugd. En Gert-Jan die heeft zich helaas, want die zou nog maar meekomen, moeten afzeggen vanwege ziekte. Hij zit met name op de jeugdkant van Romedaria, waar een aantal projecten staan. En we hebben natuurlijk ook voor de volwassenen mooie projecten die we verleden jaar al ingezet hebben, maar die we dit jaar ook doorzetten. Eén daarvan is het goed neerzetten in Rotterdam van het mannenplatform. En Kevin heeft daar al een paar bijeenkomsten van bijgewoond. Als het gaat om het mannenplatform, willen we ook met name jongens ook aanleren dat ze zich kwetsbaar mogen opstellen. Dat ze ook over hun gevoelens mogen gaan praten. En dat we daarin ook samen optrekken met ons als vrouwen. Om op een aantal vraagstukken die er gewoon zijn, al hebben we het al heel simpel over werken en zorgtaken, daar wat meer gelijkwaardig in op te gaan trekken. Dus wij zijn enorm blij als er ook een aantal mannen blijven aanschuiven bij het mannenplatform en daar vorm aan te gaan geven. Hallo. Want die wordt eigenlijk alleen maar steeds groter hier in het Rotterdamse. En dat betekent dat mannen en jongens ook binnen de gemeente Rotterdam een hele duidelijke stem gaan krijgen. Dat het niet alleen maar zo is dat vrouwen ondersteund worden op bepaalde maatschappelijke vraagstukken, maar dat mannen daar gewoon deel van de oplossing zijn. Hallo.
Hallo.
Als het gaat om jongeren, hebben we een hele project voor jonge vrouwen. En dan is het eigenlijk vanaf 16 jaar. Dat doen we met Chicks and the City. En Chicks and the City verzorgt livestreams op allerlei maatschappelijke thema's. Waarbij jonge vrouwen ook geleerd wordt om interviews te houden. Hoe ze een podcast kunnen maken. Hoe ze dingen kunnen filmen en ga zo maar door. Dus als er meiden zijn die jullie hiervoor kunnen mobiliseren, heel graag, dat kan bij mij. En dan zorg ik ervoor dat dat in gang gezet wordt. Dan hebben we eigenlijk nog de gewone trainingen op economische zelfstandigheid voor vrouwen. Met name alleenstaande moeders, daar hebben we ook aanpakken voor. En we zullen ook weer, en dat is misschien ook wel interessant voor jullie, want daar hebben jullie in het verleden ook gebruik van gemaakt. Er worden weer vouchers uitgedeeld voor initiatieven die bijdragen aan een inclusief Rotterdam. In bestrijding van racisme en discriminatie, ga zo maar door. Dus daar hebben we weer vouchers voor, waar het hoogste bedrag €1500 van is. Dus als jullie daar iets op hebben, ja, dan kan dat altijd. Hebben jullie zelf ideeën voor het project? Ja, dan weten jullie mij ook wel te vinden. Hè? Dan gaan we gewoon weer op zoek naar een fonds om dat van de grond te trekken. Dat is het even voor me. Ik weet niet of er specifieke vragen zijn, maar dat zou ook
Want als je daar zin hebt, dan weet je ja.
Dat alles?
Yeah, Esther? Yeah. Thank you, Patricia. for how you told us the project you have for Dunadaria. Yeah, the question is, how do we assess, because now in Rotterdam we have three major organizations here.
Yeah.
The Nigerian Women of Integrity, that is for the women, Edo Community, ICANN.
Yeah.
So these are the organizations here under this roof. And if I understand you correctly, say if we have our own initiative, we can also come and bring it forward so that we can see how we write it. My question is, who do we meet when we are coming with this our project to Donadarian?
Bij wie je moet zijn.
Yeah, who it will be the contact person for us? Is it you directly? We come to you directly?
Ja, en voor de jongeren, Gert-Jan.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is is it TikTok? Podcast.
Yeah.
There is a podcast. We did the emergency podcast. They invited us. They called me, and we did it in December.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that podcast is still on.
Ik weet het ook niet.
Okay. Well, if that podcast just want to.
That was the last.
Yeah. No, if but if the podcast is still, maybe they renew the contract for them. I asked Farah, who the girl. Yeah. If it's still on, I will also advise all members to come. You can come with your own team to speak on that podcast. Yeah. Like we did Taboo. So it will also help. Then there's this men emancipation.
Yeah.
The emancipation, can it be done online, virtual? Or it's only physical?
Ja, daar zijn we wel mee bezig.
Okay.
In de nieuwe aanvraag, er is een nieuwe aanvraag gedaan voor de mannenemancipatie met podcast en dergelijke.
Okay.
Daar krijgen we gewoon weer geld voor, dus dat kunnen we doorzetten. Okay. Dat is geen probleem. Okay. Maar met Gert-Jan, want Gert-Jan en Danielle, die trekken dit project. Daar moet wel afgestemd worden op de thema's die behandeld worden.
Okay. Ja. If it's ready, we are interested, but it's better it's online. If it's online, many of these our organizations can participate, even if they are not in Rotterdam.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Yeah. Even if, because we have Amsterdam here now, we have The Hague, we have Brabant. Yeah. And you know, we had a meeting with you. We want it to be, anything we are doing to be national. Yeah. And how could that could be national is when we are online. Yeah. So if think of the project we can also do with Donadaria online. For example, Sitting Trias in Amsterdam, they have a project of parenting. And we are able to involve everybody, the Brabant, en
ik snap wel wat je bedoelt. Ja. Kijk, ik zal het wel aan u vragen of via de livestreaming, want dan kan je ook meepraten en dergelijke.
Ja, precies.
Ik zal vragen of dat mogelijk is.
Okay.
Ja?
Thank you.
Ja.
Thank you, Patricia. While she was presenting, we had our brothers from.
Mag ik nog één ding zeggen?
Ja.
Want jullie zitten nu hierboven, hè? Maar dat is echt eenmalig, want ze zijn beneden aan het verbouwen. Ja. En er komt een heel nieuw podium. Dus straks, hè, als jullie weer beneden gebruik maken, dan ziet het er helemaal anders uit. En als jullie een volgende feestelijke bijeenkomst hebben, ja, dan kan je ook op een mooie manier gebruik maken van het podium.
Dankjewel.
Dat was alleen maar mooi.
Bedankt, Patricia.
We want to recognize our brothers from Yoruba Youth who just was presented. So if you could stand up and introduce yourself.
Good evening. Sorry about to be a bit late. I'm the secretary of the Yoruba Youth Amsterdam.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Prince Noble Otadafera. I'm from Delta State, and I'm the Secretary General of the Rural Progress Union in Netherlands. We're together. Just give them.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Solomon by name. I'm from Delta State, so I'm a friend to Mr. Noble.
I think it's nice having you around. When we had our program here at the Nagaria, also like Nagaria, Murtala came with his team from your guidance. They came all the way from Amsterdam, and you know what? They were always excited to be here from the starting to the end of the project. Okay. Thank you for being here. And then I'm happy to see, we're happy to receive our brother from the community. I mean, so we're hoping to see a new member joining the UNC. And so thank you very much. You're Amsterdam based, right?
Yes.
Okay, please leave your details with our secretary, because we have this program of visiting all community associations. To know the realities of your issue, where you meet, and then share with you what UNP can do for you. We're happy you're here. Any questions? Yeah.
It's not really a question, but also a remark, and for our sister of Wildehans. I worked with Wildehans in the year 90s for education projects. But I know not all of us have schools back in Nigeria. So, but what I want to invite you is, you know, most of our primary schools or school buildings are no more in shape. Just put it like that. We studied there, some of us, the schools we studied are no more okay. So even if you don't have your own school project like our brother have, you can look into your village and see maybe what the school needs. Because mentally, psychologically, the school where children attend, it affects their development. So if you can contribute in that way, because they do not sponsor structural things. All the things she mentioned, you can just choose one thing. Maybe it's the zinc, the ceiling, the wall. Please make it a little nice. You can develop a project and put before them. Am I right?
Yes. Very correct. And always, if you think I'm not sure, just come and talk to me. Because I'm always looking for how can we make it work.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I talk to someone, I remember one case that somebody came that she wanted to support a school, but it was a quite expensive private school. Why should I contribute to an expensive private school? So I was talking to her, and then she told me she's also doing projects with the clinic in the village. So I said, okay, let's look into that. And in the end, we supported a project that they wanted to do in the clinic. Because that's what did fit with the Wildehans. So if you think I'm not sure, just come and we talk and we see where we can go together.
Okay.
Yes.
A simple question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Simple question, so that's related.
Is there a budget limit?
Yes. 300,000 euros. 300,000.
300.
But that means you will have to raise 200,000.
That doesn't matter, but at least to have
but to make it very clear, we have small projects up to 6,000 euros. We finance half. If you are a new partner to us, you can apply for this one or for something between 6,000 and 45,000. Then we finance 1/3. If we have worked together, you can even grow to 300,000, but then you need to have a lot of fundraising experience here, I think. Because raising 200,000 euros is not easy, eh? So, is that clear now?
Yes, very clear.
Good, thank you.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Sorry, I think for the benefit of those who came late, Wida Hansen and Godia can just explain to them a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
We'll be cleaning very quietly,
Yeah.
and then we'll give them floor to
speak to two of them. I think that Godia should accept the first because she's busy now. Yeah. Godia should speak. Yes. Just speak a little.
Yeah.
With them.
Yeah. Okay. Attention, please. Just for the interest of those who just came in, we want our speakers tonight to just give you a few minutes summary of what they shared with us, and then we follow up with that. Let's go. So we start with Gordon, and then we'll come to you.
Yeah. Just 5 minutes.
Okay, I will, but I have a question to you, Liza. Do we still have some minutes for networking?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, because some people want contact with me. I think it's this corner.
You can
well,
come closer if you want.
Yeah,
You can just shift the left.
Or you can come there.
Yes, come.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Have the big floor.
That's
Always there.
the next Africa topic. So, sorry, you will also talk to them after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is our culture. Some people came late, so we repeat. So, my name is Godian Ejiogu, and actually I live in Amsterdam, but I work in Rotterdam a lot since 2009. I came here as a city pastor of Rotterdam, then I left back to Amsterdam as city pastor of Amsterdam. But since 2021, I'm fully back in Rotterdam. And my work is spiritual caregiver. I explain what it is. We care about the spirit. You know, we have the body, and we have our mental, that's our brain. But we have our spirit, we have our heart, we have our soul. Actually, our soul needs care. And that care is often not taken care of. And when we suffer, when we have pains, it's mostly our soul that suffers. And so actually you can call our work soul care. That's another word for it.
For pastor.
No, pastor is another level. We have this work in different religions: Islam, Jewish, Hindu, all different religions Catholics. I'm doing it as a Christian. So, any question of life you have, any question at all you have about your life is our business, is what we do. Any question at all. Anything that happens, because when something happens in your life, it affects your soul has pain. You can call it heart, but first of all is the soul, and then the soul needs the care. And if he doesn't get that care, he gets confused. And he keep on asking, he gets confused. Even if he gets the wrong answer, it doesn't satisfy the soul. Then when you get the right answer, it starts healing. And you can go back to your, how can I call it, your mission in life. Because every soul here in this world, in the body, has a mission. And I just use the example of lighting life. When something happens, it is that spark of your life. And if you don't work to get it back, the spark of your life, the light of your life, it will be down. We can use a lot of words to call it. We can call it depression. We can call it trauma. We can call it all kinds of names, fear, whatever we call it in the psychological world. It doesn't make any difference. It needs to be lightened back again. So that is the work I do. And people like me, spiritual caregivers. In Dutch we call it geestelijke verzorger. You have questions?
Yeah. As I said earlier, my name is Ali Moitola. Most of us, we don't really recognize this illness. It's terrible, and when you witness people that have been there, sometimes we are there ourselves, but we don't recognize it. It's very slippery. It's just a thin line. Most of us, we have troubles, as in we have our own culture. We're coming to a new culture. We're being fed with something else. We're imbibed, so to say, with something else. At a point in time, we get confused. And as such, we don't really recognize that. That's why such gatherings is very important. When we mix, we keep up our lives. Because as Africans, we get confused. We're Africans originally. We're coming here, and they're feeding us with a foreign, so to say, culture. So in a Delma, and if you're not taking your time, and sometimes when you move from a city to another city, you're not with your peers, you become lonely. From sitting at home, you turn to alcohol, you turn to so many other things. Where is your point of contact in all these cities that will help us to help this so-called, you should have point contacts where we could reach out to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We spoke a little about it already, and he is also in the same area, and I'm sure our priest is in the same area. I work together with the UNP.
You have to enlighten people. They shouldn't confuse religion with the mental well-being. They just confuse. They get confused. You can be a traditionalist, you can be a Muslim, you can be anything, but you shouldn't look at him as a Christian for him to help you, or as a Muslim, because it makes us like myopic.
Thank you. Sorry, Chairman, let me use some time to explain this. He is right, because the soul doesn't know religion at all. The soul knows the light. It comes to live. Anything concerning religion is culture. Culture, there are 4 parts of culture, very important parts. One is we call it spirituality, but spirituality turns to religion. Every religion you know is one person's spirituality. We are Christians, then we talk about the spirituality of Jesus. We are Muslims, we talk about the spirituality of Muhammad. All of them are started by one person. So, and then when people join it, it becomes religion. So, religion is under culture. That's one. Second is language, the words we use, the way we communicate, the way we speak, is all of them in the context of your culture, the way we say things. The third is dream. The way you dream in African culture is not the way people dream in Dutch culture. And the final one is rituals. The rituals we have in different cultures. So all the four made up a culture, and you need all the four in your life, in your village. So every soul knows these four. So we shouldn't, I think 80% of people that come to me here in Rotterdam are Muslims, a Muslim background. Not from Africa, especially, though from North Africa, but all over the world. And I work a lot with Muslim spiritual caregivers, not imam. Somebody wants to ask a question?
No. Thank you. So that we round up.
Let's round up so that then we'll have time to interact.
Okay.
And anyone that we want to
interact.
Yes.
Family 6:30 we are leaving. Is that?
Yes, I'll beg to hand over to the secretary to continue if I need. I'm sharing a committee in my Rotary Club, and I pushed the time to 7 o'clock today. So if you don't mind, I may have to leave earlier. It's very awkward if the host leaves earlier than themselves. But please, it has never happened before. But yes.
There's always a first time.
Yeah. and the last time.
Yeah. I hope so that, and I cannot predict it.
Because there should be time for interaction. Okay. So that we get to know ourselves and exchange the contacts.
Is that the next thing now?
And
yeah.
So you had wanted them to give.
Yeah, he has to give so that if you're good, don't worry.
So Simon,
just give us this, then.
I won't take much of your time. You can see everyone is on their toes right now. Like I said, he has already shared what we do. Like you all know, the body, I mean, as a human being, we are both soul, body, and then spirit. But as African, we are mainly focused on two aspects. The body in the area of food, like good food, and of course, I'm right? And then the spirit. Oh, we don't play with our spirituality. But when it comes to the soul, a lot of the time we neglect that. And most times, most of our challenges come from the soul. So when you come to us, we help you identify some of the challenges in the soul. And when you have problems with that, it comes out in different forms, like depression, anxiety, fear. It comes in so many different ways. So when you come, what we try to do, we try to get to the grassroots, through the soul, to understand what you're actually going through. And that does not negate the fact that we have to look at the physical and also the spiritual to help to identify some of these challenges. So you're welcome to visit us, and if you are lonely and you need somebody to talk to, you're going through a marriage crisis or a suicidal thought, or you're mourning, you're going through grief, we are there to help you and support you. So in the course of the future, we hope we can work with UNDP to provide
enough information. Because without awareness, you might just be out there going through this problem without really knowing that this is what you're going through. Once you understand that this is what you're going through, then you have 60% of your problem solved. Then you can now walk to the specialist who can help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Ashley, if you can clap.
Sorry? Oh, yeah. Yes, I think you've seen me before, so I just emphasize today that as Will comes, we always work in a triangle, so it's a Dutch organization and an organization in Nigeria. And this organization can also be a school or a self-help group or a hospital as long as it's registered with the government. We as Will comes, we can co-finance projects that we're doing with them. So I shared some examples of solar panels for a school, or a borehole for a school, or sign language training for families and teachers. Very different projects. But yeah, if you have any questions, I think the easiest way, I would say just contact me and then we can see how we can make things work. That's just a very short summary for everyone who has heard this already for 4 or 5 times in the past 2 years. So, thank you. I have cards.
Have you finished? Yes. Thank you so much. What we want now is the networking. For those of you who just came, this is Patricia Ohm, the director of Donor Diary. So if you want her contact, please meet her. Ashley, for with the hand. Those are just from the just explain what she does. Please, if you want her contact, take it from her. Cambodia is the spiritual and mental health for training. We really need people for training. So we need you. Please go back to your organization. We are going to do training on mental spiritual health for Africans. And like we have undergone the training for 2 years, we are still there. So we want representatives. That is why this meeting is called. No matter where you are, we are going to do the training online. And you, not just the training, you sit down in your comfort zone, you are also going to counsel people. When they come to you, you will counsel them and take them to the right channel. So that is it. And if you want his contact, please do. But if you want the general contact, please contact UNP. As the PRO of UNP, you can contact me. You contact the secretary or donor. So we really thank everybody for coming here. We have to say it one by one. We thank Edo community Endovin. They were the first. Please give them a round of applause. Also, ICANN was here. Also, please give them a round of applause. Edo International Association, they have. Please give them a round of applause. Edo community, Nigeria Women of Integrity, you know we are always the Nigerian Women of Integrity. So representing all the women of Nigerian women in the Netherlands. So we also have the Aqua Cross. We have the, is it Europe Progressive Union?
Yes. Yeah, UPU.
UPU. We might not know this association, please let's listen. UPU is a global organization of the debtors in the whole world. They are very powerful. All over the world.
We're just rounding up. We're just rounding up.
They came early. It's like I've seen you before. Call yourself. You have seen my but hey, America. We can't get well because your place is very unique. That will work you. That will work me. Because when we can not be without the money, you're not able to interact. Okay, now, because and we always, we can't get some of it. You know, when okay, that will work you. Because also it's most I in the party, we party. Yeah, it's true. Well, if I'm ready, it's possible.